Is it because of this? Hopefully the video improve. Yep. Okay, I'll select this 4 piece. Then I'll create my staircase on a 3D view so you can see clearer as we go along. All right. Okay, so WT. Let's take a quick measurement here. What's the space that I need? So normally escape route should be not in the center of building. I mean, it should be somewhere in the building, but it should be located at the corner. Yeah, most of the time, right? Of course, also depends on how the structure built, which is supposed to be when the building collapses, your staircase, your lift well is supposed to be there by right, okay? But by left depends nowadays, okay? Let's say I want to maximize this area. So I would like to measure what is the space to build the staircase. And because commercial area is quite spacious, so I need to try to maximize the whole space here. So 5,002 beam to beam. Okay, 5,002, huh? That means if I try to maximize the whole space, I would like to have a staircase of, let's say, 2005. Then the space in between is 200. So exactly I will use up the 5,002. All right. That means 2.5 for emergency exit. It should be big enough. Yeah. It cannot be too narrow because all will start to tumble and fall. All right. So we have a 3 meter. So let's see how can we build from here. But first, let me show you what is staircase. Then you may want to draw from outside. Then later move inside. Okay. Now, structure doesn't have a staircase here because to them it's an archi component. So you got to go to architecture tab, look for stairs. Right? So select this and you notice that you have a few tools here, which is run. Run means what? You create your stairs. And what type of stairs arrangement? You can have a straight staircase. You can have a multi-landing. Yeah. And a U-turn. This is for spiral. But you can see here is a full spiral. This one here is partial. You can have that. This is for those staircase normally at side where space are quite cramped and you need even a landing also be a staircase or be a step. Yeah. So it looks something like this. So in US term, they call it as a winder. Yeah. This is a U shaped winder. Okay. This is how it's been built. But normally in real world design, we don't design something like that. It's quite difficult to trip and fall. Very scary. This one is for manually draw yourself. Yeah. Landing. Look at the video. Yeah. So you can see that from staircase, it breaks into 3 components. The stair flight, the landing, and the support. Support means in the architectural world, they call them as stringer. Yeah. So stringer, you can have interior, exterior, and so on. This is more towards your exterior. And you can see that it's more like a channel on the steel structure. Concrete. Yes, I think you'll be to BCA. BCA staircase that is a stringer in the center, and it's very thick. You can see both ends, they have a beam. So this staircase is supported by a beam with a center stringer in there. So click run. From here, you notice at the option bar, we have way to sketch your staircase, right? So you can adjust what we call the location line. For structure, we don't have so-called exterior support and interior support. It's more on just on this. Stringer can be adjusted directly from the way you design your staircase. Yeah, from here. This is the run width. Also can be configured inside here. But whatever appear here is mainly to override. Okay. Um, Properties here show the level, which floor to which floor. Now currently I'm at first story, but I can see the system automatically go to second. So you got to be extra careful. All right, don't draw something and it goes elsewhere. So it should be first story goes to second. Be careful, It happened at times, so careful on that. And I haven't configured anything on my staircase. It based on existing. This is what they calculated for us. From what you see here, the riser height is already wrong. In Singapore, what is our riser height for staircase or the tread depth? Anyone? You guys must know, I guess. Want to be a guess? Aga? 125. 125 is what? You must say riser or tread, minimum or maximum. Which is which? Hmm? 125 is what? Jia tread or riser? Riser max is 175 in Singapore. Yeah, you cannot more than 175. Yeah, for riser. Do not exceed 175 mm. Edgar, what is 18 cm represent? You Google. Okay, that could be in US, but not Singapore. For Singapore, our building code, the thread, all right, default is 250, all right, but that's minimum 250. You can go bigger, but not smaller. But some in the terrace house design or condo kind of thing, I'm not say condo, I'll say terrace, more on residential. Minimum they can go as less as 220. The thread, not the riser. Riser is fixed. You cannot exceed 175. It can be lower, but not higher. Okay, so thread minimum 250, but residential people can use as 220 minimum. But for commercial, normally is 280 to 300. The staircase thread. Then the riser normally lower, 160 or maybe 150. Yeah. All right. So all these value we have is a guideline, but again, depends on the building space that we have. So we got to plan accordingly, and so does the building height. All right. So all this it does affect when it comes to drawing this. But lucky structure, you guys need not to worry much because Aki will do all the planning. Then when you do the structure, you just base on what's given. Just follow. Okay? Because you only create the raw finish. Yeah. That's why I can see why the tools is under Archi, not structure. Because structure Archi, you can see, look at here, there are 3 different staircase given. Assemble can be wood or steel. Okay, then concrete, cast in place stairs, monolithic they call it. This is the precast. All right. So what's the difference between the cast in place and precast? Precast, the landing for the staircase or for the riser will reach exactly level to level. But for cast in place, the last landing is not flush, it's one step lower, because cast in place, they take it as the last step, the landing is also one track count or one riser count. Okay, so when you draw, you see it. All right, for those that when you guys do the Revit Archi, I think most of the time your lecturer will use cast in place to do their model, because you notice the assignment 1 given, the space is so congested. All right, that means the staircase width, I think they only give 1 meter. That's for residential, and the stair flight is 18. All right, to achieve that floor height. So it's being planned the way, you know, it's quite cramped. It's as if like 1 person up, 1 person down. But these are worst scenario. Okay, should not be like that. But now we are doing for commercial, mainly exit staircase. Staircase here is for evacuation. So space must be wide and cannot follow everything, so-called the minimum or the max. So you got to careful on that. Okay, but nevertheless, you got to just follow architectural model and do it. But at least you must know a bit, so you know why I'm doing this here and there. Oh, this is just for your knowledge, huh? Okay, so if you're gonna draw somewhere outside here, my model I can't be seen, huh? Okay, maybe I draw inside here. Staircase. First, I want to use or create is this. All right. You should select the family first since you have 3. So I'm going to select cast in place stairs. Then monolithic. If not, you should duplicate. Try not to modify the existing. Why? Reason that a bit simple. Staircase is considered a system family. If you take this and edit, all right, what happens if you make a mistake? You might not know what is the default or the original setting. Okay, so it's good to leave the original untouched. Yeah, when the other one's damaged, you can still have a spare. So for this, let's say I call it the exit staircase. So I want it to be 2500. Sorry, my keypad 2500 mm. Let's say that's what I want. Okay, so I click OK. My riser height default here is put 180. I'm not going to set that. I'm going to put this at 160. Okay. Then my minimum thread. Okay, 280 is good. I leave it. And my minimum run width is actually what I want, 2005. So I'm going to change this. So far so good. So for structure, you don't need to worry about the nosing here and there. Nosings are done by finishers. All right, unless they add it there. If not, structure you don't see nosing, so it should not have a nosing here. Nosing length, default profile don't have. This one should be 0. I don't want nosing, so I need none. Don't have, just leave it set to 0. Okay, and whether your staircase riser You want it to be straight or slant. It's actually adjust here. See, slant riser. Okay, yeah. What else? Landing we can adjust later. Function interior. Okay, so nothing much for here to set. Important thing is the calculation rules here. Maximum riser height, minimum trap depth, and your run. Okay, so click OK. Then double check again. It should be at first to second, followed by our floor to floor is only 3 meter. And now you realize that increase now, see, 19 step flight because I lower my riser. Okay, if for you guys you prefer 175, please go ahead, but do not exceed 175. Okay, yep, and nothing much already. Yeah, since it's 19 stair flight, so if you want to divide into two even for staircase, that means this side go up, this is return. All right, not return. You have mid landing, so make it even either like 10 or 9. Yeah, or yeah, 10 and 9. So my staircase, if I go to draw here, I should base on this to draw easy. Okay, so if you pick the first point, which is here, see, it show you wrong direction. No worries. At the location line, option bar, change it to left. Okay, you see that it swap. Or you start from this direction, go up. Also can, right? There's no right or wrong. It just said the fastest way to exit. So I think should be this one coming down here going up is correct. Yeah. So zoom closer. I want to have, let's say, 10 riser. Since we only need 19. So select this. See that? Followed by which one? Here. See the tracking? Snap. Can snap or not? Because the landing is automatically added. You can don't add landing if you want. Uncheck here. Then you can add manually. Okay, I want to see same here. If you're not sure, you can snap anywhere first, then later adjust. It's still okay. Alright, but I try to finish it. It's overlap. Don't worry. Can see from here now. Hey, no structure, no stairs. So how? Remember VG. To them, stair is under Aki. You need to turn on. If not, you don't see them. Right? See now. Now it's showing me overlap. Okay. So I want to select this. You still can move them. It's alright. That's why one thing good about this. You can move them, snapping. They say snap here. Yep. Like this. You're done. But surprisingly, how come they never add landing? Because I checked none or what? Okay. If you didn't, you can add now like this. See, go to my landing. Just now, what is the video say? Pick to run. See now. So let's try. Second is not difficult. Don't worry. So go to your view. One here and one here. See now? Added for you. Okay. All right. So you can actually later lower this. You can see it's there. So it reaches the level we want and touches the beam, which is correct. We use the beam and the side wall to support. So I have the space here of 200 mm. Let's do a quick measurement. Finish first. Don't worry about this because structure we do not show railing. Here just a warning say our railing not continuous. Yep. Only archi we need railing, but not structure. Okay. Yep. Like that. Huh? See the gap here? Not properly snap, is it? Or what? Turn on the railing, see what happen. VG. You can delete the railing away. Enable. Yep. But I'm going to delete them away. It's not meant to be here for structure. Right, so something here on this. So how can I rectify this? Or how am I going to rectify this? See now. So meaning what? I can edit my stairs. Select your stairs. Now when you're selecting, careful. You see how they detect landing stairs as a whole. So you got to be careful when you highlight. You select wrongly, then things is different. So I'm going to select this, edit stairs. And let me zoom in. And there's a gap here. See that? So I'm going to adjust, move again. Okay, now should be done. And you notice that your landing auto size. All right. That's why currently when you build a staircase like that, this is the intelligence. All right. Okay, let me measure the space. Hopefully, yep, it's 200. So I use up 25. Okay. But of course, design wise, you need to face it on one side, all right, or shorter. Of course, there should be a wall there and so on. But I'm trying to maximize the space here, which is certain corner. And by the way, this is just a design and assumption. It's not the final yet, all right? Because we don't have an archi plan to follow. We're just doing structural tools. Yeah, you're understanding this. Okay, then from here, landing. You can see it's not touching anything. So how am I going to make this excuse me, to make this touches this? You get what I mean? And this way of joining the landing and stairs is not nice. The railing added will be look super ugly. Okay. In real world, some people build things like that is possible, but as in model here, it's different. Let me show it to you. If I'm going to add a railing here, place on this, okay, it's not continuous, never mind. Important thing is you look at the way the joint. I haven't cut a hole yet. You see this? So far surprisingly okay. First time. But railing normally not like that. Alright. It should be like this. Okay, ready? And at the same time, I will edit the landing and see what happened to the railing. Will it update or not? Although we might not need that. All right, but this area, I'm going to do some adjustment. See how I do it. If okay, let's continue. I'm going to select the whole staircase one more time. I'm going to do the editing. Then I'm going to select the landing to be added. So if we edit the width, is all right by dragging. Okay. So not much kind of change in this case because you still lock the intelligence or the smartness of this. Of course, if you need support, you might need a beam here. or if not, the loading you'll be go to the side wall. All right, unless the supporting is based on there's a beam here in between, they support this. Right, for structure, it bounds to have this. So here should have a beam supporting across, but not the kind of so-called super big thick beam like what we have, or column like this. You must calculate in a way that able to take this loading will do. But model, logically, we could build something this way. All right? Yeah. Okay, so I should see you guys have your beam, across 1 here, 2, and 3. All right, then you want to have 1 below together. Yep, also can, but up to you. If this thick enough, it should be able to take loading of 3 side. All right, because as I said, we don't have the actual calculation. What is the thickness of this slab and this slab? All can be adjusted based on nowadays engineering. So next thing is I want to change is this, which is if I'm going to select again, nothing for me to adjust. Hopefully here can. If I drag this, this is what I want. Good. If here can adjust what you want, then it's okay. If you can't, you got to go convert and do the sketch based editing. So sometimes staircase might not have this intelligence. Then you got to do a conversion to sketch base, which is allow you to have more adjustment, like some curve shape and so on. So I want this to set to 2.5 exactly space. Can? Oops, the back behind. This one affected. No, this one stays. That means this one drag. Now why this 2.5? Because of your width here, you turn. This clearance also the same. This is default when they build for us. So now looks okay. Look at the railing. I think now should be even better. The other one. If I select them, I haven't cut a hole. See that? Is it better? And nicer, right? The way they join. Look at it, the railing. Although you guys might not add railing there, but when you do, you must do a proper design. Yeah. Questions? Staircase. Anyone? All good? If okay, I will stop the recording.